What if I told you some of the foods you eat every single day could be slowly destroying your brain? Not in years, but starting right now. We're talking about memory loss, brain fog, anxiety, and even long-term damage that most people never see coming until it's too late. And the scary part? These foods are everywhere. In your kitchen, in your fridge, even in healthy meals you trust. This isn't about junk food you already know is bad. This is about the hidden dangers, the everyday items quietly affecting your focus, your mood, and your mental clarity. If you've ever felt constantly tired, unable to concentrate, forgetful, or mentally slow, your diet might be the reason. Today, we're breaking down 7 everyday foods that are secretly harming your brain, backed by science and real effects you can feel. And make sure you stay until the end, because number 1 is something millions of people consume daily thinking it's healthy. If you care about your memory, your productivity, and your future, this is a video you can't afford to ignore. Let's get into it. First up, sugar. Now, you already know sugar isn't great for your body, but what it does to your brain is even worse. When you consume too much sugar, it triggers inflammation in the brain. Over time, this inflammation can damage neurons, the very cells responsible for memory and learning. That's why high sugar intake has been linked to brain fog, poor concentration, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. Ever had a sugary snack and felt a quick burst of energy, followed by a crash? That crash isn't just physical, it's mental. Your brain struggles to regulate energy, leaving you feeling sluggish, distracted, and unmotivated. And here's the real danger: sugar is addictive. The more you eat, the more your brain craves it, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Hidden sugars are everywhere. Soft drinks, breakfast cereals, packaged snacks, even healthy fruit juices. You might think you're eating clean, but your brain could still be suffering. Cutting back on sugar doesn't just improve your body. It can sharpen your focus, stabilize your mood, and boost your mental performance almost immediately. And this is just the beginning. Next, processed foods. These are the convenient, ready-to-eat meals most people rely on daily. But what you gain in convenience, you lose in brain health. Processed foods are packed with artificial additives, preservatives, and unhealthy fats that can interfere with how your brain functions. Studies have shown that diets high in processed foods are linked to increased risks of depression and anxiety. Why? Because these foods disrupt the balance of chemicals in your brain, especially the ones responsible for mood and emotional stability. And it gets worse. Processed foods often lack essential nutrients your brain needs to function properly, like omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidants. Without these, your brain literally struggles to perform at its best. Ever notice how you feel sluggish or mentally drained after eating fast food? That's not just in your head, it's your brain reacting to low-quality fuel. Over time, a diet heavy in processed foods can lead to reduced memory, slower thinking, increased mental fatigue. Your brain is like a high-performance engine. If you feed it low-quality fuel, don't expect high performance. Number 4, high-sodium foods. Salt might seem harmless, but too much of it can seriously affect your brain. High sodium intake is linked to reduced blood flow to the brain. And when your brain isn't getting enough blood, it's not getting enough oxygen. That leads to slower thinking, poor focus, and even increased risk of stroke over time. Foods high in sodium include packaged snacks, instant noodles, processed meats, fast food meals. Basically, the foods many people eat every day without thinking twice. But here's the real issue. Too much salt can also affect your ability to think clearly and make decisions. Some studies suggest that high sodium levels can impair cognitive function, even in younger adults. So it's not just a long-term risk, it's affecting you right now. If you constantly feel mentally slow or unfocused, your sodium intake might be part of the problem. Cutting back doesn't mean eliminating salt completely, but being aware of how much you're consuming can make a huge difference. Because your brain depends on balance, and too much sodium throws everything off. Now let's talk about one of the most dangerous ingredients, trans fats. These are commonly found in fried foods, baked goods, margarine packaged snacks, and they are extremely harmful to your brain. Trans fats can increase inflammation and damage the cells in your brain, affecting memory and cognitive function. In fact, studies have linked high trans fat consumption to a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Yes, it's that serious. But it doesn't stop there. Artificial ingredients, like flavor enhancers and preservatives, can also interfere with brain signaling. Some people even report headaches, brain fog, and difficulty concentrating after consuming foods loaded with these chemicals. Your brain thrives on natural, clean nutrients. When you flood it with artificial substances, it struggles to function properly. Think of it like this. Would you put low-quality fuel in a luxury car and expect it to run perfectly? Your brain is no different. Avoiding trans fats and reducing artificial ingredients can significantly improve memory, focus, mental clarity, and you'll feel the difference faster than you think. Finally, refined carbohydrates. This includes white bread, pastries, pasta, and many packaged snacks. They might taste good, but they act very similar to sugar in your body. Refined carbs cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave your brain struggling to maintain energy. That's why after eating things like white bread or pastries, you often feel sleepy, unfocused, mentally drained over time. This constant cycle can impair memory and increase the risk of cognitive decline. And here's the twist. Many people think these foods are harmless because they're not sweet. But your brain processes them almost the same way as sugar. That's what makes them so dangerous. So here's the truth. Your brain is only as strong as what you feed it. The foods you eat every day are either building your mental clarity or slowly destroying it. The good news? You have control. Start small, cut back on sugar, avoid processed foods. Choose whole, natural ingredients. Your brain will thank you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content that can change your life. And remember, what you eat today shapes how you think tomorrow.